Hi all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing good. Today we are going to discuss about coronary arteries. Let's move on to the topic. As you all know that human heart is a vital organ. It pumps blood to all parts of our body. Like all other tissues in the body, the heart muscles need oxygen-rich blood to function. So, the coronary arteries supply oxygenated blood to the heart muscle. There are two primary coronary arteries, the right coronary artery RCA and the left main coronary artery LMCA. Both of these originates from the root of aorta. So in the picture you can clearly see this is the right coronary artery which supplies the right side of the heart and the left main coronary artery which supplies the left side of the heart. And these are the first branches of aorta. In this picture, you can see the coronary arteries, the right coronary artery and the left coronary artery. You see how its branches cover the entire heart so that the heart muscle get adequate blood supply. First, let's see about the branches of right coronary artery. So the first one is SA node artery. Below that, atrial branches, and you can see the right conus. Then right anterior ventricular branch, below right marginal artery, and finally posterior descending artery. Likewise, the left coronary artery gives rise to numerous branches, circumflex artery, left marginal artery, which is otherwise known as obtuse, diagonal branches, left anterior descending artery, and septal branches. So, the important thing about the coronary arteries are these arteries are not same for all. There are few changes and it differs from person to person. Let's talk about each artery in detail. In the previous slide, we saw a picture that is totally confused. So I just draw this one for better understanding. This is the right coronary artery and the first branch is SA node artery. Below that you can see the atrial branches. Just opposite to that is right conus. And if you come below, you can see the right anterior ventricular branch, then the right marginal artery, which runs along the right margin of the heart, and the last branch, which is in yellow color, that represents the posterior view, that is posterior descending artery. So these are all the main branches of the right coronary artery. I guess now you got a clear idea. Now you can keep the picture in your mind. As I said, the first branch is the sinoatrial node artery, which supplies the SA node. So the name denotes which area it is supplying. And the second one is atrial branches. It supplies the right atrium. And the third one is right conus, which is otherwise known as conus arteriosus, which supplies the right ventricular outflow tract. The fourth one is right anterior ventricular branch. It is otherwise known as right ventricular branch, which supplies the anterior wall of the right ventricle. The next one is right marginal artery. It runs along the right margin of the heart and supplies the lateral wall of the right ventricle. The last one is posterior descending artery, otherwise known as posterior interventricular artery. In short, we can say PDA. and it supplies the posterior interventricular septum and inferior wall. And this is the artery which decides the coronary dominance. We will discuss about that in detail in the following slides. Before moving on to the left coronary artery, let's talk about coronary dominance. Coronary dominance refers to which coronary artery gives rise to the posterior descending artery or PDA. So as I said, if PDA arises from the right coronary artery, then we will call it as right dominant circulation. If PDA arises from the left circumflex artery, then we will call it as left dominant circulation. If the supply is from both right and left coronary artery, then we will call it as codominant circulation. Let's talk about that in detail. So the first one is right dominant circulation. So you can see that in 70 to 85% of people, and which is the most common type. So here the right coronary artery gives rise to PDA, that is posterior descending artery, and then posterolateral branches. In left dominant circulation, you can see that in 10 to 15% of people, here the left circumflex artery gives rise to PDA, that is posterior descending artery, and then posterolateral branches. And the last one is codominant circulation. This can be seen in 5 to 10% of people, where the posterior descending artery arises from right coronary artery, but posterolateral branches from the left circumflex artery. So I hope now you got a clear idea about right coronary artery and the coronary dominance. Let's talk about the left coronary artery. So here you can see the circumflex artery. It curves around the left side of the heart, and again it gives rise to left marginal artery, which is otherwise known as obtuse artery, and sometimes to the posterolateral branches. So this all based upon the coronary dominance. And the next branch is a very important branch, and you see it covers almost a huge part of the heart, that is left anterior descending artery, which gives rise to the diagonal branches and also the septal branches. We'll talk about each one in detail. Let's talk about the circumflex artery, which is otherwise known as coronary sulcus. It curves around the left side of the heart and supplies left atrium and lateral and posterior wall of the left ventricle. Again, it gives rise to left marginal artery, which is otherwise known as obtuse marginal branch, which supplies the lateral wall of the left ventricle. And also sometimes it gives rise to posterolateral branches. These all based on the coronary dominance, as we discussed earlier. So let's talk about the very important artery, that is the left anterior descending artery. It is also known as left anterior interventricular artery, often referred to as the widowmaker because it supplies huge portion of the heart, includes anterior wall of the left ventricles, anterior two-thirds of the interventricular septum, apex of the heart and often parts of the right ventricle. And it gives rise to other two branches, that is septal branches and diagonal branches. The septal branch supplies the anterior two-thirds of the interventricular septum, which houses the bundle of His and the right and left bundle branches. And the other branch is diagonal branch, which supplies the anterior and lateral wall of the left ventricle. So a blockage here can lead to massive anterior myocardial infarction, which can be fatal if not treated quickly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this would be helpful for you guys. The coronary artery is a bit confused topic, and the pictures which I have drawn is just for study purpose, and I'm sure that is not 100% accurate. And if you feel this is helpful for you, kindly like, share this to our friends and subscribe my channel. My channel name is Jebin Shine, and don't forget to press the bell icon button so that you will get the notification whenever I am uploading new videos. Thank you all. See you all again with one more interesting topic. Until then, it's bye from Jebin. Bye bye. Take care.